Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how the narcissist kept you waiting. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So waiting, this is something the narcissist wanted you to do so frequently. Virtually every day you were in that relationship, you were waiting for something. Some of the things you were waiting for was the narcissist to change. Would the narcissist ever change? We now know that the narcissist can only change. The only thing that they shift is the mask that they wear, depending upon who they are surrounding themselves with. But the narcissist will not be able to elevate. They will not be able to introspect. They will not be accountable. They will not take blame. They will not be able to be responsible for their poor behaviors. That's why they go from one person to person, place to place, relationship to relationship. They're always on the search or the quest for the new shiny object. And at one point, that was you, that was me. The narcissist wears the mask to manipulate people, and they want to keep them waiting. That's why I created a whole series called The Waiting Games of the Narcissist and how the narcissist makes you wait. But I've been getting inundated with emails, and people have been asking me in one-on-one sessions why the narcissist always makes them wait. And even right now, post-relationship, people are waiting for the narcissist, and I will jump into that as well. You see, the narcissist needs to feel important. They need to feel better than others. They need to keep that fragile ego pumped up high. That's why they surround themselves with enablers, with flying monkeys. That's why they keep people trapped in the narcissistic fog or the trauma bond. That's why they don't want people to break free from the cycle. And that is why they are constantly searching for other people to place in that narcissistic fog, because essentially the narcissist has an army of people trapped in the fog at any one time. When I say army, it could be 2, 3, could be 30 people, could be even more, can't tell you. But what I do know is this is what the narcissist does. They draw people in, they lure people in, they use their charm, they bat their eyelashes, they act like they actually care about people when in fact all they want to do is extract resources from them. Maybe it's the boat house, or maybe it's the boat in Mexico, maybe it's the beach house in Tahiti, maybe it's that great corner office at the workplace. Maybe it's the hobbies that you were participating with the narcissist, like running or biking or something. The narcissist is always looking to elevate and improve their circumstances. They're always looking to not be accountable, and they always want to keep people waiting. So let's just jump in for a moment. Let's say that you are in a narcissistic relationship right now, and you've figured it out, and you're trying to create or develop or get ready to execute the exit plan. Well, what are you doing? I'll tell you right now what you're doing. You're waiting. You're waiting maybe till the kids turn of a certain age. Maybe when they graduate high school or attend university. Or maybe you're waiting for the divorce to get finalized. Or maybe you're waiting for the 401k to be divided. Or maybe you're waiting to sell the house. Maybe you're waiting to liquidate your belongings. In other words, the narcissist has been out of your life for a period of time, and now you're liquidating things, you're donating things, you're giving them away. Maybe you're selling some things. You see, you're waiting. And this is what the narcissist wants. They want you waiting. Another one with the texting games of the narcissist. Remember when you were in that relationship with them, you didn't know this, but they were playing a texting game with you virtually whenever they contacted you. So they would text you in the beginning, all the cute hearts and emojis and everything. And that relationship seemed too good to be true in the beginning, because you were experiencing what is called the love bomb / euphoric stage. That's when everything appears to be sunshine and puppies, unicorns and rainbows, but it's not. It's all a mirage. It's all a beginning of a relationship that you entered with a toxic person, i.e. the narcissist. So they knew this, and when they would smother you with all the fake adoration via text and maybe the emojis, etc., they were trying to have you stop doing what you were doing, put anything that you were doing on hold. Maybe it was your job, maybe you were golfing, maybe you were reading, maybe you were driving, doing whatever you were doing, but they would want you to stop what you're doing, and not the driving part. You shouldn't be driving and texting. They wanted you to stop what you're doing so you would communicate with them. See, they were testing the waters. They were seeing if you were on the hook yet. And if you took a while to get back to them in the beginning of that relationship, then they realized, wait, I have some work to do here. This person isn't getting back. I'm sending the same template text to 5, 10 people, and 6 of them got back to me like that. But this one, which turned out to be you, probably, or most likely in the beginning, you didn't answer that quickly, but yet you have the most resources. You're the person I really want to have fall in love with me or enter the relationship or the friendship with me. What do? Oh, I know. I'll just play up to you again a little bit closer. I'll learn more about you, spend more time with you, and then keep on texting you and sending you messages and seeing if you're taking a bite. And then maybe in a couple weeks, after I've gotten to really, really know you, and the love bomb stage is still well underway, then I'll send out a template text again to see if you bite or not. And if you got back to me quickly, then I'm like, ooh, they used to get back to me in about an hour. Now they're getting back to me in about a minute. This is good. I have now done my work, or I'm doing my work, and this person is now either in the fog or about to enter the fog. Either way, I will now begin to devalue them, and I will begin to slowly pull away, and I'll have them flipping it and texting me. You see, everything in the narcissistic relationship is bizarre world. What is black is white, what is up is down, what is left is right. There's no normalcy, there's no stability in a narcissistic relationship. It is, like I mentioned earlier, it is completely bizarre world. But what the narcissist wants is they want you to put your life on hold, and they want you to elevate them, and they want you to be waiting for them. Think about this one. Think about when you would be going out to a barbecue, or say you were going out for an evening, or going to the neighbor's house or whatever. Well, you would be waiting for the narcissist to get ready. Now you could say, yeah, well, usually that's what we do. We wait for our partner to get ready. Of course you do. But this wasn't an average waiting for your partner to get ready. It was that the person, i.e. the narcissist, they had to make a grand entrance to the barbecue. They couldn't just go like everybody on time. They had to make an appearance. They had to have all the eyes on them. But back then you didn't know that. The other thing was, if you were getting ready, let's say the barbecue or the event was scheduled to be at 6 o'clock and you were ready at 5:30, well, what would they do? They wouldn't even lift a finger to tell you that they were getting ready or they weren't. They would be in their quarters getting supply from their smartphone, but then they would be ready maybe an hour and a half later, and then you would be frustrated because the event began at 6, it's now 7 o'clock. And what happened, or 7:30? What happened? Well, now you're in a not good mood, and they know that, and they love it because they're getting supply from you. So when you go to that barbecue, now you're hungry and you're a little tired, etc., because you've been waiting for the narcissist. Well, you go there, maybe you're not in the best mood, but the narcissist is all lit up with supply because they just made you wait an extra hour or an hour and a half. See, this is the game. This is what the narcissist wants. They want to keep you waiting. This is what they've been doing so long. Think about the narcissistic workplace bully. Okay, well, you're going to get a promotion, and you had an appointment scheduled at a certain date and time. Say Friday at 4 o'clock, you're going to figure out if you got that promotion or pay raise. Well, what would the narcissist do? They would leave work at 2 o'clock on purpose, and you would be scratching your head saying, wait, I had a big meeting scheduled today. I was going to find out if I got the promotion, but this person wasn't even there. They only worked a half day. Well, they did a half day because, first of all, they're a toxic narcissist. Second of all, they make their own schedule, but they appear like they're the hardest working person in the company. And third of all, they're letting you know, but not verbally, by their actions, that getting you that promotion or having the meeting is not even on their top 10 list of things to do because they don't want to give it to you. And they're going to make sure that you really don't have a good weekend. That's how the narcissistic workplace bully can ruin people's weekends, but that's not, I don't want to dig into that too much. What about the friend that turns out to be the narcissist? Okay, well, what did you do there? Maybe you had hobbies or things that you were doing together. And the narcissist, when you met them, maybe you met them 10, 20, 25 years ago, well, they seem to be a very kind, loving, stable, healthy person. And slowly and surely, you guys spent more and more time together doing whatever you were doing. Maybe you were golfing or fishing or writing or whatever you were doing. And then slowly but surely, this person began to now tell you some not so good things about their past or about their family or about their relationships. And then you would become the sounding board. You would become a person who would regulate them, but you didn't know it because you were in a friendship that you thought was a reciprocal two-way relationship. In the beginning, it may have appeared that way, but after time had passed and you realized that that person was actually in competition with you and they were enjoying not watching you succeed or not watching you achieve what your potential was because they were keeping you smothered, they were keeping you repressed. Now, every time you would talk to them or enjoy that hobby group with them, you would be putting out their fires. You would be listening to them. You would be giving them advice. You would be pumping them up, and you would be zapped of energy. But you did this for so long, you got accustomed to it, and then perhaps maybe you felt sorry for this person, and you stayed in the relationship longer. And that person stayed in the relationship with you with the hobby group because they needed supply. It's not because they wanted to be with you and create. Maybe they did a little bit, but the truth is they were getting supply from you, and they were milking that relationship. They were playing the long game. So this is why eventually, let's say using this example for the ending of it, maybe you figured out not too long ago that this person was toxic, and now you're gonna have to remove yourself from their proximity, and you're gonna have to say goodbye to that relationship. Why I share that is because the narcissist is everywhere. They are romantic relationships. They are in romantic relationships. They're your mom. They're your dad, potentially. They're your potential romantic interests. They're your friends. They're people that are in hobby groups and communities that you were and or are a part of. They're people on planes and automobiles and trains. They're people when you go to the grocery store. Now, again, I'm not trying to frighten you or paint a doom and gloom picture. I don't wish ill will upon anybody. I'm not going to begin now, and I certainly am not going to be a negative person. That's not who I am. What I'm sharing with you is you need to have boundaries. You need to understand that not everybody is as they appear to be, no matter if you've known them for a minute or a lifetime. Everybody, and I mean everybody, reveals themselves in time. The narcissist did. I have. I'm certain either you have or you will. And your friends and family will reveal themselves again in time if they haven't. So let's just focus on that for a moment. Let's say that you had a challenge. Maybe it was a health concern, or maybe you got a promotion or a pay raise, or you just landed a great job, whatever. You had some pivotal thing that happened to you in your life. Think about who was there to celebrate with you, or who was there to nurture you and give you attention and help you out, help you get through it. If it was a positive thing, who was there to celebrate with you? If it was not such a good thing, who was there to listen to you and to comfort you and to be there for you? Any of those people, most likely they are stable people. Most likely those people are few and far between. You see, so many people on the planet care about themselves, and the narcissist, again, is at the top of that list. But the narcissist manipulates people. The narcissist looks to isolate people and keep them tricked and trapped in that narcissistic fog, and they want people waiting for them every way they possibly can. Another example would be, let's say that it was your birthday, and let's say that the narcissist was a friend, as an example. Okay, well, your birthday came and went, and did you get a birthday well wish? Like, hey, happy birthday, I'm so happy for you. You probably didn't. And this happened for maybe a couple of years in a row, but when it's their birthday, you're expected to buy them gifts, take them out to dinner, and lavish them, and they have a birthday weekend or maybe a birthday month, who knows? Well, what's wrong with that picture? I'll tell you what's wrong. First of all, they're not acknowledging your birthday. Second of all, you are acknowledging their birthday. And third of all, they're showing you who they are with their lack of actions or their actions. And they are wanting to get the best of you and not give you anything. You see, these people, i.e. the narcissist, they're envious and jealous. And many times they do want to be you. And people during one-on-one sessions frequently ask me, well, why is a narcissist envious and jealous? There's nothing to be envious and jealous of. Well, there really is if you are a narcissist. You see, the narcissist is not a beautiful, bright, shining light. They're not a kind, loving, stable, healthy, empathetic person. They're a person who wants to disrupt. They're a person who wants to take. They're a person who wants to manipulate. They're a person who needs supply. They are a person who wants to keep people waiting for them, stuck in the fog. They're a person who wants to keep that door open just a crack so they can kick it wide open if you do not go no contact and block them, delete them, and remove them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. The narcissist needs people. They need supply. They need to be on dating apps. They need to be on social media. They need to be going to the next big event. They need to be seen. They need to be heard. They need to have people fawn all over them and tell them that they're the best thing since sliced bread. Well, if you need all those kind of things, number one, you're not authentic or genuine. Number two, you have some real concerns, meaning when the phone battery dies or when the supply dries up, meaning because you've driven so many wedges between people that you knew and their relationships around them. When these people dry up, meaning the people that the narcissist surrounds themselves with, it's a very, very not good space to be anywhere near the narcissist. And why I'm saying that again is because, first of all, they are the aging narcissist when they get older. But second of all, don't think for a moment that the narcissist is living their best life. They're not. The narcissist still has to live in their mind, and they still have to write a script that goes around and around in a loop 24/7. And they have to not pay attention to the people that they want to hurt the most, meaning the people that they discarded. They want to really twist the knife in those people. And let's say that you ended the relationship and you removed yourself from the narcissist. Well, again, it wasn't a fun experience to go through, to say the least, but you were strong enough to remove yourself. And the narcissist many times is still trying to draw you, or did try to draw you back into the relationship. This is specifically when people are divorcing the narcissist or they've been with them for so long. Why I'm saying this is because you, the kind, loving, stable, empathetic person, you wanted the best for the relationship. You wanted the best for your kids. You wanted the best for the family. You wanted the best for the narcissist when you didn't know they were a narcissist. Then when you got that first light bulb moment, you had to process things and wrap your head around the fact that this person was a narcissist and that you need to get as far away from them as you possibly can. But at times you still felt bad for them because you are an empath. And then after a period of time, after you process things and you learn the definitions on the glossary of the narcissistic abusive cycle, that's when you say to yourself, no, I don't feel sorry for them at all. Are you kidding me? They almost took me down for the count. They did everything. They financially abused me, mentally abused me, emotionally abused me. They kept me trapped in the fog. They didn't care about my health. They didn't care about my existence. They didn't care about anything other than what I provided for them. They used, abused, and manipulated me. So that's when you really get to that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference. It's where you no longer care, or when you no longer care about the narcissist at all, because they didn't serve you. They were manipulating you. They were taking anything that wasn't bolted down to your house. They took your health. They took your time. They took your energy, your empathy, your love, your money. They took everything they possibly could. And this, again, as I mentioned, this is how the narcissistic abusive cycle goes around and around in a loop. The narcissist has people in different parts of the cycle at any period of time. Example, right now, as I'm creating this video, perhaps the narcissist is love bombing somebody right now. And perhaps they already have somebody else in the devaluation stage. And perhaps they just discarded somebody else maybe a couple days ago. And maybe now they're getting ready to hoover somebody else. You see, if you really wrap your head around what I'm sharing here, it's not just one person in the narcissistic abusive cycle. The one person that I'm referring to is you, and you're the person I care about, just like I care about me. But when you really peel the layers of the onion back, you realize at any one point in time with the narcissist, they have people in the love bomb stage, they have people in the devaluation stage, they have people in the discard stage or the ending of the relationship one way or the other, and then they have people that they're attempting to reopen the relationship with. And remember, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can easily be a friendship. It can be a neighbor, it can be a colleague, coworker, it can be anybody. But this is what the narcissist does. That's why they juggle so many different relationships. That's why they juggle so many people around. But the thing is, when you were in the relationship, you were focusing on yourself and you were working on that relationship. So you were laser focused on you and on what was going on around you and trying to patch the holes in the relationship that the narcissist was trying to puncture. That's what you were doing. But think about it. They were juggling so many other relationships. Other people were doing what you were doing. And for those of you that married the narcissist, I'm not saying that these were romantic interests. They could have been friends, they could have been colleagues, neighbors, their own sister, their mom, it could have been their kids. But the narcissistic abusive cycle always goes around and around and around. And the one constant in the cycle, in the loop, is the narcissist. It's not you. You were in it for a period of time. And my hope is now that you're out of it and you have healed, or you are well on the healing path and you are reaching the pinnacle of indifference, and you are no longer waiting for the narcissist or waiting for anybody. You see, when you have to stay tethered to the narcissist and you don't know that they are a narcissist, that's one challenge. When you have to stay tethered to the narcissist and you realize that that's what they are, is a narcissist, that's a whole separate challenge. And that's for a whole different video. But what I'm sharing here is have an exit plan, develop it, create it, execute it when the time is right. No longer wait for the narcissist. Don't think they can change. Don't think that they can improve. Don't think that they have your best interest at heart. And don't think that it's going to be all puppies and rainbows for them when your relationship is ended. I'm saying if you removed yourself from it, or even if you were discarded. It's not. The narcissist just wants to manipulate and play games. They want people waiting for them. Think about this. Think about when you would be with the narcissist. Maybe you were at dinner and they would be on one of their 3 smartphones. Well, why do you think they had 3 smartphones, first of all? Okay, we now know that. But second of all, why do you think they were texting so frequently at the dinner table and not even paying attention to you or anyone at the dinner table? It's because they're juggling relationships and they need to either send out those template texts depending on what hour it is. If it's the morning, good morning. It's the afternoon, good afternoon. If it's the evening, what are you doing? Or they were really grooming one source of supply and they were trying to pepper that person with texts at the dinner table while they were looking for your replacement. This is what they do. This is why the narcissist leads a very, very secretive life. This is why they keep little bubbles, little sects, S-E-C-T-S, of people away from each other. Because at any one moment, one of those little groups of bubbles could implode and they need another place to go to. This is, again, why every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. And this is, again, why the narcissist can't sit still. And this is why they want people waiting for them. Think about it this way. Let's say that right now on your smartphone, let's say that if after this video, after you're done watching the video, you look at your smartphone and you see who's texted you. By the way, this is when you're out of the relationship, you've healed, or maybe it's when you're in a good space. If you look and see the people texted you, and I'm not talking about the narcissist, I'm talking about stable, healthy people. Well, maybe you'll get back to them right now. Maybe you won't. Maybe there's an emergency, you have to get back right now to somebody. Okay, well then that's what you do. But that's what the narcissist does, is after a period of time, let's say they don't look at their phone for an hour, which is basically impossible, but let's say they achieve that monumental accomplishment for a day, well, then they would look at their phone and they'd see 50 messages. And what would they be doing? They'd be saying to themselves, oh my gosh, this is great. I have 50 different people on the hook and they all want to talk to me. And they all want to tell me what they're doing. And they all want to report back to me. And some of them are offering or asking me to go on trips. Others are sending me money. Others are telling me they're going to be visiting me. And others, they're doing other things. But the point is, that's what the narcissist does. They get supply from anything, from a pet, from a plane, a train, from texting, from communication with people, from money, from your demise. The narcissist gets supply anyway, left, right, and center, or up or down. That's why the path is to go no contact and block these people. The narcissist should know nothing about you, not your whereabouts, not who you're with or what you're doing, nothing. Because if they know anything about you, they're just going to weaponize it against you at a later date. And they are always in competition with people, and they want to keep people stuck and trapped in that narcissistic abusive cycle. And again, you were trapped for a period of time, so was I. We are no longer there. We are now liberated. We have now healed, or we are well on the healing path, and we do not wait for anybody any longer. You see, that is one of the common themes with each and every narcissist. They love the waiting games. They love to keep people on hold. They love to hang up on people. They love to say, oh, the connection was bad. You'll have to call me back later. And then when you call them back, they hang up on you again or they don't answer. See, this is how the narcissist wants to keep you stuck in the loop. This is why they don't value your time. This is why they don't care about people. They just need to get supply to regulate themselves, to get them through this day, to get them to the next day. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you. Remember, you are not alone. And the narcissist, how they kept you waiting, they kept you waiting from the beginning of that relationship, once they knew they had you hooked, until that thing ended. And even after it ended, you still probably had to wait because you had to process things and you had to slow your life down and get untethered from the narcissist and from that relationship. And what did the narcissist do? They just fine-tuned their skills of manipulation and the waiting games, and they just went on to the new supply, and they slithered away, and they started to groom that person or begin to keep that person waiting. You see, the narcissist is always looking for the next new shiny object, and at one point they thought that that was you. That's not what you were, and it's definitely not what you are. What you are is a beautiful, bright, shining light, elevated and ascending higher than the sun, the moon, and the stars. And the narcissist tried to capture you, and they achieved that. They succeeded for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. And then after that relationship ended, you healed, or you are healing. The narcissist stays stuck in that low vibrational quagmire state, trying to keep more and more people stuck down there with them, because that's what they do. Everyone, enjoy yourselves. God bless you. And I think I'm going to have one more day of rain here, maybe two, and then the sun's going to be out. And yes, the sun is out, but it's about to get really rainy here. So enjoy yourselves. I love you all. God bless you. And I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye.